I'm reading this
Yeah. Is that
which is
the
fucking sick.
is that Walking Dead man?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
this is it will be.
Oh,
But right now it's Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer, but he
oh,
takes over
oh.
Kirkman takes it over later.
Okay.
I don't know what issue.
Is
Oh,
Skybound the publisher or like what is I comics are so fucking impossible to know
Yeah.
what you're good
Skybound is
reading.
the
they're all over the place nowadays.
Yeah.
so yeah, Skybound is the publisher, and
Okay.
then
So that's
Kirkman
the
comes
one.
in like
Yeah.
partway through the series
That's the one people
and
say
starts
is
writing.
like
There's a scene in which Thundercracker is has Cliff Jumper at a terrible disadvantage,
yeah.
and he just says, "Prepare for the black insect," and I'm like,
Yo.
"That's fucking
That's hard.
hardcore." I love it.
I heard that Thundercracker is a very well developed character in that.
Yeah, yeah. Skywarp
Is in
too
the
is
You have to let me know if the Kirkman Transformers involves a lot of
Guts.
intestines getting ripped out. Yeah,
so far. Yes,
mechanical equivalents of guts being ripped out.
I've seen a lot of tubes and
Abs-
wires. Yeah.
oh, absolutely, it does. Yeah,
The
That's his thing.
that
That's his favorite thing in
Thundercracker,
the world.
the one that I bought like 2 or 3 months ago, that the new Thundercracker for the movie.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Sky Warp is out now and it's breaking my heart.
I always wanted Skywarp.
The Sky, I mean, yeah, the Sky Warp is the best one, but I mean,
It's the purple.
yeah.
Purple is just fucking so cool.
The fact that I have the Thundercracker makes me feel like I need to buy the Sky Warp even more. I bet that one's not going to be $10 off when I find it.
Oh, probably not.
Nope. Yeah, so what about so this book Revelation Space has got a lot of words in it that I've
One or
never
two.
seen before. Well, it's got a lot of
Oh,
words in
yeah.
it, first of all.
Book.
Filled with words.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have read 2 chapters of it.
Okay.
So
Not
far.
correct.
It's not clear to me where the chapters start and end.
Oh, really?
Are we considering Are we considering
No,
chapters?
they say
character switch.
No, there's
No.
no.
Okay.
Because as you get further on, the character switches come quite often.
Yeah.
There is when the chapter ends, it says 4 or 5
Oh, okay.
in big letters. If you're looking at
I know he doesn't mean to sound condescending, but
yeah.
I'm reading it on
it's right
this,
there in big letters. Right? Yeah, me too.
And so the letters are quite small, but also
But
but I've
also
also read it before, so I was like,
Yeah.
if I don't catch up to you guys, like I'll.
there is a table of contents also in the Kindle version, so you can click chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you read 2 chapters. I read 3 chapters.
You were into chapter 4. Is that what you were saying earlier? You're
Yes,
not.
I
You are
read like
on
the first couple-
chapter 4.
Yeah, I read like the first couple of pages of chapter
Okay.
4.
I will catch up, obviously, but
Yeah.
yeah. So basically, at this point, but these are also kind of big chapters. I mean, compared to everything else I'm reading, basically.
This is a setting like Dune or like an old Robert Heinlein novel or something where very little is bothered to be explained to you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. They dump you right in.
You explained what you told me previous to reading this was very helpful when I was reading about the ice of the ship and stuff.
Yeah, to understand what was
The
happening
ice
with
shield and the light huggers and stuff. Yeah.
with the light hugger. Yeah. Because I was describing that to you in a stone conversation on your porch.
Ah, yes, right. That's yeah.
And But yeah, this book came out in 2000. I don't know when exactly I read it. I don't know if somebody recommended it to me or handed it to me, or if I just saw it on a shelf and I was like, "This looks neat." Pick it
Spaceship
up.
on the cover.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
honestly.
sure I read it when you handed it to me. I think that is what happened. I think I was living with you, and you were like, "Read this." I was
I was
like, "Okay."
passing it around to a lot of people to read because I love this vision of interstellar space travel and
Yeah.
uh, interstellar societies. Um, the without like really trying to spoil anything, you know, there are
I'm the
there
only
are
one here
different
who hasn't read
there are different times like years like when you
Yeah.
reach different chapters. So it's
Oh,
like
sure.
chapter one is it says like 2551, and then the next time you have a character, or like in chapter two, where is it? Hold on a second.
Oh yeah. When you skip from
When you go back from Dan
as soon as you go to the
Sylvester,
light hugger,
yeah,
you're
it's a
you're in the
different,
future from Sylvester.
yeah. And then when you no, actually, sorry, no, you're in the past. You're way in the past from Sylvester.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it takes the years for them to catch up to him because he's living in slow time on a planet.
Mm-hmm.
So the guys in the light hugger are light years away from him.
Yeah, that I knew. I just thought I thought I had looked at the dates because I was like, oh yeah, I got to figure this
Mhm.
out. Oh, I am in chapter two. Okay.
Yeah, chapter one, Delta Pavonis. That's where Dan Sylvester is. Takes
Yeah,
place in
yeah, yeah.
2551,
Oh, and
and
they're 2543.
at sort of the same time aboard a light hugger in interstellar space 2543. So
Yeah.
uh, 8 years earlier,
Chasm
and
City is
then
2524.
2524. So almost
Earliest
30,
point.
40 years earlier. Yeah. So
It's going to take
um,
them a long time to get to Yellowstone.
yeah, yeah, exactly. There's
Well, depends on who you ask.
the timelines of the three major characters in this story: Dan Sylvester, Ilya Volyova, and
Corey.
Anna Corey, all intersect together. So it's interesting. What, like I remember the first time reading this book and looking at the times and looking at the year dates and being really confused and being like, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I encourage you to read it as if there are sort of three separate but simultaneous story threads happening with
Yeah.
with Sylvester, Volyova, and Corey, and eventually they will all collide in space and time. But it takes decades of real time because they're flying between star systems. Delta Reynolds is a astronomer, I think, right? He's an actual scientist.
It reads like that.
The
Yeah, he
author.
sounds hard sciency.
Yeah, and this is I
Is
for
this
me
hard or
this
soft?
this is
Alien
the
Metal
hardest.
Fungus feels kind of soft to me.
Oh, from the captain, yeah, but you
That
find out more about it.
okay.
But
Does it get harder?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's weird stuff. There's weird
Yeah,
stuff, no
that's that. Which
question.
is that's what I
But when we talk about the difference between hard sci-fi and soft sci-fi or space opera or whatever,
Mhm.
um, for me, the real defining element of hard sci-fi is that you can't have faster than light travel.
Okay.
You can maybe have faster than light communications, but um, I don't think I can
Universal
explain it
concept
very
cannot be
well.
violated.
Yeah, I don't think I can explain it very well, but I've read enough books and watched enough videos and seen enough theory to be like, okay, yeah, I think I understand. I am convinced by these arguments and these mathematical theorems that you've got here that say, like, if you travel fast than light, you are also effectively time traveling, and you can
Yeah.
end up in the past. from where
Okay.
you left.
Yeah.
Like if I got on a spaceship on
But
Earth, if I got a spaceship on a spaceship leaving Earth that could travel faster than light, and I flew in a big circle and I came back, I could land before I left.
is that and
You
that's
lost me now.
that is not what is happening in this book? That is not
No,
possible in this?
at no point in this book can anybody travel faster than light.
Okay.
And for me, that's kind of like the defining element of whether or not something is hard sci-fi or not. Hard sci-fi to me means you can't break the speed of light because it really stops making sense um, when you get to the hard math of how relativity and how light speed works. Light speed isn't just kind of like like a speed limit, like the sound barrier or something like that. It's sort of like an intrinsic property of how space
Space time
operates. Yeah, it's how it's the speed at which changes
can propagate through space.
propagate through space. Yeah, it's weird. I am not a physicist. I'm not a scientist enough to be able to describe it in detail, but I know enough to be able to say if you write me if you show me like Star Trek and people are like and people you just say wave your hands and be like, okay, pretend faster than light travel isn't breaking causality. I'm like, okay, fine, I can pretend.
Yeah.
That's okay because
I can also watch a show with dragons in it.
yeah, exactly. But especially because faster than light travel doesn't sort of break your intuition.
Right, you're used to going faster than walking when you're in a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we understand speeds.
It's just a different speed. But when you're talking about the speed of light, you're really fundamentally talking about something different. You're talking about a fundamental property of the universe, and like unless we've really misunderstood something about how the universe works,
which we probably have.
Which is like
there's a good chance we have, but at the same time, it's like
maybe not that one.
Yeah, that one seems solid to you.
Nobody's been able to make any sense, basically, about being able to travel faster than light, but also not time traveling and breaking causality.
I'm given to understand that if you had the perspective of a, let's say, particle of light, a photon, and you were emitted by, say, a star, and then you impacted on my retina, that from your perspective, no time passed between when you were generated and when you impacted something.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into the details about that. I know that
that's my understanding of the situation.
I don't think that's correct, but also I don't want to get too deep into the physics of it because it's not material to the whole point of the story.
We don't sound smart if we talk about those things.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just saying I also that's what I'm saying when you're asking about hard sci-fi versus soft sci-fi. That's sort of like my line. I say, okay, if people are trying to get from place to place and more or less have to crawl along at just under the speed of light, and it takes them decades to get from star system to star system, then that's hard sci-fi to me. Or, maybe it just takes place just inside, the solar system or something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think this was one of the first novels that really played with and emphasized that I had read. Now I know, going back, I definitely know there are older novels that I've seen where it's the same kind of thing. People have written these novels for a while that are hard sci-fi that have like no faster than light travel or whatever. But this one stuck with me. We haven't seen much of it yet either, but this dude also loves Lovecraftian shit, and these books are full of it.
Okay.
These books are full of like weird, unknowable ancient space shit that's trying to eat your brain and your soul. There's a little bit of it already. You have one of the main characters, Ilya Volyova. She's the triumvirate. She's one of the three leading people running this light hugger spaceship called, what's it called?
Counting to Infinity? No, Nostalgia for Infinity.
Nostalgia for Infinity.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Cool last name.
Yeah.
They have
Nostalgia
great
for
fucking names in this ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or in this
So
series.
yeah. So the actual captain of the ship is in a cryo sleep chamber.
Reefer sleep.
Reefer sleep, they call it.
Yeah, I like that.
Chilled down to just a few.
Reefer sleep madness.
I've been in a reefer sleep once or twice with my brain at 0 Kelvin, and people have been talking to me about a metal fungus erupting from my body. I don't think it's described as a fungus, but I'm sorry. Saint, continue.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And that's the same fungus that
is on Chasm City.
Is all over Yellowstone, all over Chasm City. Yeah, which has destroyed the civilization there. You get the hint that it used to be a much nicer place.
Yeah, I'm curious about. I mean, there may not be much more explanation to it, but I'm curious to hear more about.
There's a whole side book
called Mulch.
Chasm City, I think.
Oh yeah.
No, and in fact, so this trilogy is Revelation Space, Redemption Arc, and Absolution Gap.
That's the trilogy.
That's the official trilogy.
Yeah.
But between Revelation Space and Redemption Arc, he wrote a book called Chasm City, which I honestly feel like is book 1.5 in this series. Okay. And I feel like we should read before we read Redemption Arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit more self-contained, but it's extremely good. Mm-hmm. I think it's better than Revelation Space actually, but it's a bit more self-contained, and it's just extremely good. It's like a cool cyberpunk kind of story, like a Shadowrun almost in Chasm City.
Cool.
I'm thinking about shit that I can't wait for us to get to. We can't talk. It's like the casket thing. I want that. And well, anyway. Yeah, I don't really go down that road.
Sorry for being the one that hasn't read this yet.
No. There's others. There's tons of other shit that's like current. I think is super cool to talk about. Like the fact that the Nostalgia for Infinity is this vast thing with like 10 people on it. Like,
yeah, no, well, 10?
Maybe 10.
It sounded like 4 or 3.
Yeah, it's like 4. It depending on your definition of person.
I guess there's
there's
the captain. There's a captain. There's the 3 triumvirate. There's 2 crew members, and the dead guy.
Yeah,
Nagorny.
Yeah. So like, and they're just like, oh yeah, there's whole part. It's very blame.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got it. That's something I need to.
Because the Nostalgia for Infinity is it's described as it's like 1,000 levels long, and like the way I described it to you, I think is and Mondo when we were talking about it was like, imagine like the Burj Khalifa, the tallest skyscraper in the world, right? And then take 4 of them and line them up end to end, and that's your spaceship.
That's big.
Yeah, it's big and it's long and thin, and the idea is that it's you minimize your cross section when you're flying really close to the speed of light because you don't want stuff to hit you.
You don't want to bang into anything.
Yeah, even things that are extremely small, because at that speed, it's bad. Yeah, and they coat the front of the ship in ice.
Yeah,
mined from comets. Yeah, so that if something does hit them, it just blows up a bunch of ice. They have like half a kilometer of ice that they've stuck onto the front of their ship or something.
Yeah.
Did they need to talk to like the ice tenders or something? Wasn't there like an Icers Guild?
Yeah, they needed to like trade with the. Yeah. There's this guy has he's imagined this whole range of like spacefaring cultures There are the Ultranauts, who are the crew members of Lighthugger ships.
Mhm.
So they're described as often as chimerics, as what they call as people who have like a lot of cybernetic
Oh.
uh, and a lot of body modifications.
Yeah, they're cyberpunk
You know.
species.
Yeah, they're all weird looking. Is that in chapter 3? Am I getting ahead of myself?
That explanation, I have not received that explanation, but that's fine. I mean, we're here to talk about chapter 3. I mean, I'm not. I'm the one that's late to the party that didn't read chapter 3, so I'm not. We can get into it. We can get, and in fact, I mean, maybe at the end we'll talk a little bit of shop about like what we should plan on reading each week, but I mean, yeah, but feel free to talk about chapter 3. I'm just here.
Okay. No, it's fun. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought now. Oh yeah.
We were talking about the types of people.
The rest of the crew wakes up
because there's also
chapter 3.
conjoiners.
Yeah. There's the conjoiners, which we only hear in passing about. They've designed the engines that run the ship, and nobody knows how they run. They're conjoining. The conjoiners are a hive mind.
Yeah, they just run around all hooked up together.
Yeah. They're really into polyminding.
Polyminding?
Yeah.
That's cool. There was this may have been after high school, but there was a device that Locke would bring around that was just two like
it was
metal...
at Matt LaValle's apartment.
Oh, was it?
It was at Matt LaValle's apartment in Boston that time that we went there and tripped with Ezra and his roommate.
I heard about this in passing.
You know about the conjoiner.
I heard about the story. It sounds familiar.
It's just a dumb LSD thing, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any mention of a Grand Falloon?
A what?
Oh, that's it's a term for a hive mind that turns up in Castlevania. That's all.
Oh no. Sorry. Oh right, I was talking about like different spacefaring.
Different types of guys. The Ultranauts, the conjoiners.
There are ice miners. I forget what they're called.
There was a. Read the term, but
there's another term, skyjacks. I forget exactly what the skyjacks do.
That's cool. I'm into the skyjacks. They sound like cool guys.
I think the skyjacks are like, they're not like interstellar spacefarers the way Ultranauts are. They just hang out around different star systems. And like humanity's around like probably like 20 or 30 different star systems or something in this setting. Really the important one is Epsilon Eridani, which they call Yellowstone.
Yep.
Well, the planet is Yellowstone. The planet in Epsilon Eridani is Yellowstone, and the city on the planet is called Chasm City. It's called Chasm City because they built it around. They built it in a big crater, and in the middle of the crater is the big chasm that's spewing out hot gases that they can process to make breathable air.
Yeah, because the atmosphere is pretty bad.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just a toxic, like nitrogen, methane atmosphere or something like that. It's a otherwise lifeless planet. And they kind of asked, they're like, what, Corey, who is, has been transported to this planet by accident.
Yeah.
In a
over
terrible,
the course of 40 years.
In a terrible accident where somebody thought she was frozen waiting for medical treatment.
Oh yeah.
Because she's from a planet called Sky's Edge where there's a war. God, I love Sky's Edge. Chasm City is also all about Sky's Edge. And anyway, I won't go into all of that right now. But there's always always a war on Sky's Edge. Yeah, there's always war on Sky's Edge. So Corey and her husband Fazil have been badly injured in the war, and they're being taken to an orbital medical facility. and the orbital medical facility gets hit by a military strike, and the computer records get all scrambled, and they think Corey is supposed to be heading towards Yellowstone, so they stick on her light hugger, and she flies
And
for
off
40
he goes.
years.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think she
Gone.
flies for gone. I think it's 20 years, but I think the point is like she could get back, but 40 years will have
It
gone
would
by.
take her 40 years to get back to her
Right,
husband,
true.
who
Yeah.
obviously has lived 40 years while she's been in
Yeah.
hypersleep. Real Hyperion
Exactly.
kind of thing to happen, I must
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
0 times pass for her, and 40 years pass for her husband back
Yep.
on Sky's Edge, or the Edge, as they sometimes call it. The Dan Sylvestre is this other guy. He's on this planet Resurgam, which is in the Delta.
Pavloma?
Yeah, which is in the Delta Pavonis system.
Pavonis, right. Yes, okay.
These are all real
Oh, really?
stars that
Oh,
are
yeah, well, if the
that
guy is
are,
an astronomer.
yeah, relatively close to good old Sol. Epsilon Eridani and Delta Pavonis are like very sun-like stars
Okay.
in a lot of ways.
When you,
they've always been considered like good candidates
Potential, like, yeah.
for possible life-bearing planets.
when you're talking in this light hugger type stuff, I feel like relatively close is a very good joke.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
very cute.
Relatively
that's really
close.
cute. Yeah, adorable.
It's still 30 or 40 light years, relatively close. I mean, there's so many sci-fi settings where you have star empires that are hundreds of planets.
Yeah.
Entire galaxy.
Entire
The entire
segments,
galaxy.
sectors. Yeah.
I was thinking about Foundation, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Isaac
Yeah.
Asimov, the Foundation, and also the TV show that they made on Apple.
Yeah, I
watched,
think
like,
the guy
first
from
season.
Chernobyl might be in it.
Yeah, Lee Pace. I don't know if he was in
okay.
Chernobyl, but Lee Pace is in
No.
it.
How
And
was the
he's-
show?
The show was decent.
Cool. I've been meaning to watch it.
It strays quite a bit from the books, but that's okay.
Yeah,
The books
I've read
the books are
a
pretty
bunch of
old.
times.
Yeah, the books are pretty old. But anyway, that's like it's like the whole fucking
Galactic.
galaxy.
Yeah, is the empire of man.
Is the empire.
The legacy of.
And it's like, it's cool when you see that, but when I think about it also, I'm like, are we really talking?
big.
Are we really recognizing how fucking big the galaxy is?
We cannot be.
It is 400 billion stars. And
It
if you
can't be that many.
And if you only use
That's a made up number.
And if you only use 1%.
What's 1% of 400 billion?
Several.
4 billion.
Oh.
4 billion stars.
That's still a
four-
lot.
4 billion planets like Earth.
Wait.
I'm
Are you
just throwing
saying-
a number out there.
Oh,
Imagining
I mean, that's
1%. 1% of stars have a planet like Earth. That's still 4 billion planets like Earth. in
Man,
this
I
galaxy.
would be happy if we could just have one other planet like Earth
Yeah,
that I could go to.
where we could get away from the billionaires.
Yeah.
The billions of people that are here.
Yeah. But yeah, no. All of these stars are, in this setting are close by. There's a lot of books in these settings in this setting. Because
Yeah, and it's confusing to figure out which ones to read if you're looking at Kindle, because
Yes.
then
If
there's
you're
the
looking at
trilogy
Kindle,
and then the collection and then a bunch of
there's
other.
a collection because he's written a lot of short stories.
Yeah, which is cool. I love
in
that
this,
about
this
big-
setting. Yeah, some of them were written sort of like before this, and you'll read them and be like, "Wait, this is a little different than what's going on in Revelation, Space and Redemption Arc, and Chasm City," but you can tell that it was like the prototype or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then others that were written that were explicitly in the same universe.
Yeah.
And he's got a whole nother trilogy, or maybe even it's like 4 or 5 books called like the Prefect trilogy, or the Prefect series, which takes place in Chasm City and in the space stations above Yellowstone before
before
the melding. the melding plague
The
hit
melding plague. I don't know if I've read that exact. I don't know if
they
I've read
use that term yet.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
that's what
That's
destroyed.
the stuff.
That's what's destroyed Chasm City.
Cool.
It's something called the melding plague.
Cyborgs are supposed to be afraid of it.
Spoiler alert! It's the same thing that the captain's got.
Oh, that was a spoiler. I think I got that. I'm super smarty pants man over here.
I know I'm being a little sarcastic. I'm being a little sarcastic because it actually says that I think in chapter 2 or chapter 3, Volyova says she's examining the captain and she says, oh yeah, the Yellowstoners have named it.
Oh, maybe she did. Maybe I didn't read exactly that. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So what's going on? Is it Volyana? Is that the character on the Volyova?
Yeah.
Okay.
Volyova. Yeah.
Volyova.
She's got some agendas.
Yeah, she's got 40 objects. She has 40 things. Anytime a novel or something I'm reading uses the word things with that kind of intention, that really sparks my curiosity.
Yeah, that's the point.
Are those the weapons that drove the man crazy? The 40 things?
You might assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Nagorny is the gunnery officer, or was the gunnery officer. So he was being trained to use some kind of implants and to use the gunnery on the ship.
Yes.
So the mysterious gunnery on the ship.
He succumbed to nightmares.
With its objects.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nightmares of a sun stealer.
Yep.
Yeah, nightmares so frightening that even when they took all of the implants out, they couldn't get rid of them.
No, they didn't. They didn't take all the implants out.
Well, she did.
No, not until after he was.
She did take them out. In what I read.
No. You got the.
I thought when she was talking to the captain.
No, I'm not. I mean, I know that he was dead when she took them out. I'm just saying that she did take them out.
Oh, okay.
During what I read.
I really thought that she said that I thought when she was talking to the captain that she was like, yeah, I changed all the implants out, and then I redid all the software, and it still wasn't okay.
Maybe she said that. I don't know.
Yeah, I cannot confirm or deny that part. Yeah. A lot of things went wrong. There were implants. Yeah. She did a cool trick in the elevator.
Yeah.
Yep. She made him. She took advantage of the fact that there's no actual artificial gravity in this setting.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Okay. So I changed everything, even the implants in his head.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole gunnery interface system. None of it worked.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, but he was being driven mad by something.
Yeah.
That once it was in there could not be cured.
Could not be taken away. That's a
little, that's on the edge of the Lovecraftian, cosmic horror kind of. Yeah. I got the sun stealer in my head.
It won't let go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, speaking of Lovecraftian, as I was saying, I think on Discord earlier, we've got Dan Sylvestre, the scientist.
Oh, who can't stop digging?
Who the archaeologist.
If you don't mind.
Who simply cannot stop digging.
I do want to.
There's a terrible razor storm, not just like a regular sandstorm, a razor storm coming in. And he's like, no, everybody's got to stay here and keep digging. And people are like, fuck you.
Anyway, this obelisk is very important. Well, I wanted to talk about the elevator a little more and how the gravity exists only because
the ship is thrust.
Yeah,
the ship is thrusting at 1G. So again, it's like you're imagining big long skyscraper. Engines are like Star Trek engines that kind of stick off the sides and little spars, but whatever. They're thrusting you downwards. So as you're thrusting, the direction of the thrust is towards your feet wherever you're walking.
Yeah.
It's, so it's like, the bottom of the bottom of the ship is the bottom of the skyscraper is like, that's where the engines are, and the front is the penthouse, the top level. So when she's quote unquote falling down the elevator, she's like, she's like, after a second, she's like, well, the change of perspective is that I'm not falling down a big elevator. I'm not falling down a big like lift shaft down. I am inside a ship that is accelerating at 1G forward, while I am sitting in place
in
My
space.
frame of reference is stationary.
in space while the bottom of the elevator shaft is accelerating up towards me. And then she's like, and I can control the ship's engines from the the little Pip-Boy on my wrist.
Yep. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Except she has to
the computer
scream
wrist.
at it, which is...
She's got to scream at it.
You
She
would
doesn't
think
have like
there'd be
manual
buttons
control.
or
Yeah, but no.
cybernetic interface that she could,
Yeah.
No.
know.
They get into this a little bit later too. They talk about this. Volyova does not have any cybernetics.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
okay.
meat.
Actually, I think there's something about her being able to get close to the captain because she has
exactly.
one.
She is the only one on the ship, because you'll find out more. Again, I mentioned already, the Ultranauts are real big into cybernetics and bodily modification and stuff. They are all terrified as fuck of catching the melding plague from the captain, so they don't want to get close to him. So Volyova is the only one who does it. But she can control the ship's engine. So she's like, oh yeah, I'll just fire reverse thrust and slow myself down. So then I start hovering in place basically, and then I'll climb out of the elevator shaft. And coincidentally,
the other man is slammed around while this is...
Yeah, coincidentally, while that happens, he's not going to be strapped down, so he's going to be slammed from the ceiling to the floor repeatedly in whatever hallway he's walking through.
Yeah, I thought that sequence was really cool. I like, the thinking about how the ship's gravity works and how if you can control the thrust of the ship, that's what's
Yeah, and I feel convinced that Reynolds wrote that whole scene and put it in the very first chapter or so because he's really trying to sort of like help you envision what this ship looks like and how it works.
Yeah.
And why things are why it feels the way it feels, works the way it works, and it is the way it is, because
there's 3 pages of just describing the physicality of it.
Yeah. Well, he also wants you to understand that inertia is a really big deal in this universe.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Cool.
Is that's a problem.
In Blind Sight, is the ship described as having a spine? I felt like this was given
me that before. Yeah. Ships have spines, dude.
In general?
Get with the program, bro.
Mostly?
Well, you can. They like a regular seagoing ship. You'll have a keel, right? Which is the
I should know this.
The long.
Well, I read Moby Dick, which is just a textbook about how ships...
Whales have spines. So do ships.
Yeah. But the keel of the ship is the long, is the sort of pointy bit at the bottom. That forms up, and that's the strongest part of the ship, and it's also called the spine of the ship.
Sure.
In spaceships, a lot of times they make them look like like long, pointy things. They'll be like, the ship's spine or whatever, because they'll be like, it's got some kind of structural integrity thing there, maybe like a big ass gun, like a spinal mount gun that fires a piece of rock, actually, like at 1,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour or whatever.
Yeah, like in The Expanse with the railgun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I have. Yes, I take it back.
Yeah. So, if we've covered that, if it's okay to move on, Dan Celeste is digging up an obelisk under the Razor Storm, which reminded me of that video game where the guys have big stereo speakers on their pecs. Big
breasts.
God damn it! No, I don't mean to bring up, what is it, Gears of War. Let's not even. There's like Razor ice rain or something.
Oh yeah, everything's razor, everything's
Yeah.
sharp in Gears of War.
Eraser rain.
There's a racer rain, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is similar to what's happening here on Pavloma.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's the planet called?
Resurgam.
Resurgam. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's one of the binding ingredients when you make the pavlova.
is Cuvier a city or an establishment?
Yeah, Cuvier is the capital
Okay.
city.
I'm getting all these words I've never heard before, getting them into place.
Cuvier is a French scientist.
Oh yeah?
I think he invented like paleontology or something like that.
No shit.
I mean that's yeah.
I think I think he discovered lots of dinosaurs or something like that. I don't remember the exact details, but that's like I remember a long time ago being like Cuvier. I'm like, that's definitely a name that I should know, and I remember looking it up. This was like at one point when I read it many years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a dinosaur guy. So I mean, yeah, they're on this planet digging up a civilization that
makes
died
a lot of sense. Yeah.
900,000 years ago.
Paleontology.
Cool.
There you go. Thank you.
The Amarantin? Does that sound correctly pronounced?
That's how I say it in my head.
Amarantin?
The Amarantin are a race of dead people. I guess people is, well, extraterrestrials. People-esque extraterrestrials.
Yeah.
Dead extraterrestrials, yeah. And
the
general theory seems to be that they didn't have very advanced technology.
Right.
So when their son had the sun had a big event. Their son had a big nasty flare event of some kind 900,000 years ago that completely destroyed not only the civilization but also like most of the biosphere of their planet. Because Resurgam is basically just like it has a breathable atmosphere, but I don't think it has oceans or anything like that. It's described as sort of like a gray, hazy ball in space. You can kind of see like the shimmer of the atmosphere, but that's it. It doesn't have any like greenery or oceans or anything.
Right.
They seem to be on a vast desert where the scenes we see are taking place.
Yeah.
Very duney.
Yeah.
Very, very razor storm. Dan. Oh, go ahead.
Well, there's that part where like during the razor storm, he's gotten the second meter of the obelisk.
Yes.
And he's like, this is a depiction of a solar system that's quite complicated. They must have been able to have telescopes.
Oh, they also wrote in Magic Eye, the Amarantin
people. Yeah, because their vision is different because their eyes were set on this closer to much further apart, like more like almost on the sides of their head.
So they have to have more stereoscopic.
So all their writing and their art and stuff is stereoscopic. Human beings can't like interpret it just by looking at it correctly. You have to like. Dan Sylvester has like eye implants.
Yeah, he's got magic eye.
Magic eye.
He's got magic
parse
eye.
That stuff. Everyone else has to like put VR goggles on and run it through like a program.
That's also kind of like he's kind of sort of Lovecraftian, like my eyes are corrupted in this way,
or my eyes simply cannot perceive what this writing actually looks like.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, Sylvester's eyes.
Sylvester's eyes are corrupted.
Are corrupted.
Yeah, the regular human eye can't see it. Yeah.
They were built by a ghost. Well, it's like a fake ghost.
Yeah, you haven't gotten to chapter 3 yet, so we haven't seen you haven't really seen the part where he talks about booting up his eyes and everything.
Oh,
yeah, but there's in chapter 2, he when he talks to Calvin, and Calvin's like, "I made your eyes for you. I put them in, and I did the shit."
Does he say that in the beginning, Calvin?
Calvin. When he's talking to Calvin before the Razor Storm, when
is that the ghost you're talking about?
Yeah, the beta level personality.
Calvin is his dad. Yeah,
Calvin is his LLM dad.
Yeah. Because
Dad GPT.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah. No. So go ahead.
Well, there are alphas and betas.
Yeah.
There were 80 alphas? ?
Yes.
They tried.
No, and
This was
okay.
yeah, yeah, and they've got this monument to the 80 in Yellowstone. So yeah, so Yellowstone, this is this is just sort of background information about Yellowstone in general. You find this out through like a bunch of different things.
Yeah,
People in
bits and
Yellowstone,
bobs.
the civilization that grew up around Yellowstone was like incredibly technologically advanced, and they were obsessed with immortality. They were obsessed with it, and they continue to be obsessed with it. Um, and one of the
While
things
they
they
play games and murder each other.
yeah, and one of the things that they tried to do was mind uploading,
Yes.
decorporalization, um, engrams, Cyberpunk 77.
Yep.
Call it whatever you want to call it.
Black Mirror soul copies.
Yeah, soul copies. I wrote a short story once. I called them Eidolons after
Oh, hey.
fucking
I was
Final
rereading that
Fantasy X.
recently.
yeah, or Edgar Allan Poe. I was thinking of
Oh,
yeah.
what are they called in Final Fantasy X?
I don't know. Are they also called something then? Oh,
Well,
they
they're
might be
not
called
mind
Eidolons.
clones, but the things are called
Yeah, yeah.
Aegises or something. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, no, you're right.
Eidolons, I
But
don't know.
anyway, yeah, and the story kind of goes is like the first 80 that they made in Yellowstone were Calvin Sylvester and 79 other
That was going to be one of my questions.
volunteers. And at this time, the process that they have, and this is not a spoiler because this is all kind of described in chapter 3, I think, or chapter 2.
Some of it is described. Yeah, some of the destructive
It's a destructive scanning process to scan your brain properly using the technology that they had developed. It basically also it uses like some kind of like electromagnetic scanning technology, like an MRI cranked up by like 1,000-fold, so that it can read your brain, but it also fries your brain.
It's like The Ring. Sorry.
I guess.
No, you have. I don't know. Yeah. The Ring is insane past what the movie is about.
Okay. I've heard that it is insane. Yeah.
It has that in it. It has people destroying their brains to go into the computer.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that shit.
Yeah, because yeah, and it gives there's something religious about that because it's like
It's
even touched upon in chapter 2. People have to believe that that they are destroyed, that it's not a copy, and destroying yourself helps you believe that the copy is real, and that's insane faith.
Yeah, that's cult.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of what Anna Corey is doing here in this monument is that she, she's an assassin. She gets hired to murder people, but she only gets hired to murder people with their consent.
Yeah, and they're paying.
They're paying, and it's a game. It's like
shadow play.
It's like that. Yeah, it's called
Is that what
shadow
they use?
play.
Yeah, and people are out there.
Like,
influencers are out there filming it.
Yeah, was it like that? Was that a Michael Douglas movie where somebody like hired a bunch of people to like torture him?
David Fincher.
And then, and then like at the end they were like, "Surprise! It was just a game. Your life was so boring. You needed some spicing up." And he was like,
"You were never in danger."
It was all worth it at the end.
Yeah, and then he gives it as a gift to his friend, and that's the twist is that he's like, you know what? That was so great. Why don't you torture my friend?
Yeah, even though like
if that ever happened,
human response,
feel free to do it to me.
Why don't I sue you? Why don't I sue all of you into the fucking ground?
Yeah,
which is the actual sane response.
Really? Yeah, absolutely. Like unbelievable. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Why don't I take everything that all of you own? But yeah, these guys do it because they're like, the thrill. But you can also set up a whole bunch of like stipulations and limitations on weapons and times you can attack, and they've got implants in their heads too. So it's like when the assassin and the victim get close to each other, they can tell. They've got the way he describes it is like an arpeggiating tone, and I was like, oh, it's the fucking aliens thing.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the aliens motion center, like doo 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 beep 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 beep. Yeah.
So are all of the targets people that want to end up getting scanned and go into into
No.
no.
Most of the time, the people who are targets are just like, they're like, wouldn't it be cool if I had someone trying to kill me for a while?
Because I'm so bored and immortal.
Because I'm so bored. It'll be a fun way to pass a week if someone is trying to kill me and I'm trying to hide from him. And then when I'm done, I can, it'll be like an adrenaline dump. It'll be like a rush, and then I can brag to my friends about it.
Yeah, I don't want that part.
Yeah.
I don't want that
This
part.
guy, yeah. And the whole thing is that Corey is talking about and experiencing is like, she goes and she finds this guy that's, has been hired to kill her. And he's just there for it. He's just like, yeah, just shoot me. Because with like a poison dart that takes him months to die, because he wants to scan himself too, but he can't decide whether or not to scan himself.
Yeah, so he's gonna take a gamble and force the issue. If she manages to kill him, he still has time to go get scanned, which is now not destructive. They now have non-destructive scans, which brings the faith into question.
Right, exactly.
He doesn't want he doesn't want his dead mom to think that he's just a copy, so he has to die.
Yeah.
Is it dead mom?
Even not even that his dead mom, it's that he doesn't want his copy to think that it's a copy.
Right.
He doesn't want that copy to go forth into sort of like the eternal, binary future, digital future, knowing that it's just a copy and that the original lived on and had experiences that the copy never did.
Right. Yeah.
That at most, the experiences of the original were just like a couple more days before they died or something like that. And they're like you said, there's different levels of these personality copies. There's alpha, betas, there's gammas too. They don't talk about them here, but they'll come up in different books and come up later. But gammas aren't even like real brain scans. Gammas more like, we read all your social media.
Yeah.
That's more like
everything that was ever written about you and everything that you've ever said, and we've made a personality construct based on that.
I think Sylvester might have a couple of those writing papers for him.
Yeah, he talks about that. He's like, oh yeah, I've at some point, sometime later, he's got like gamma levels, like writing papers on his behalf, or like maybe that was like a thing that when he was in Yellowstone before the melting place.
It's like when he first walks in to go boot up Calvin, he's talking about how he's got like papers scattered.
Oh yeah. And there he's got gamma levels writing his papers for him, stuff like that. And then the betas are
Calvin is a beta,
and the betas are like the good copies, like the almost conscious.
Okay.
Yeah.
And almost conscious.
There is like at one point in either in this book or in another book at some point, they really go into the difference between like what the difference between like an alpha and a beta is, and why this society at least, considers alphas to be basically real people, to be like an actual real mind, and betas not to be betas, just to be software.
But most of the alphas have like stopped responding, or have
most of the original 80 alphas have stopped responding because
the original 80. There are more alphas than that.
Yeah, sorry. Like since then they've perfected it. It's like Tarashi, that's like Tarashi, the guy that Corey kills is saying. He's like they have non-destructive scanning now. They can scan me and make an alpha level of me without killing me. She's like, but then it wouldn't really be me. And then we go back to that thing of
it's
like,
never really gonna be you, dummy.
Yeah.
It's never really gonna be me. But yeah.
Got some church in you.
Yeah, but again, that's what I'm saying is it shows up again more in other books, but it talks about it in these books too. Is immortality, human immortality is a big fucking deal.
Yeah,
and they
love it.
Everybody wants it.
People want to have it.
Oh yeah,
gotta get it.
Yeah, gotta get it. Death, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Right?
That's for dorks on some other planet.
Yeah, exactly. Dying's for some fucking suckers.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
Come on. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the people that leave the dig site are all killed in a
Yep.
terrible accident.
A terrible accident.
Well, I guess we
they-
didn't really talk about the fact that Calvin
Yeah.
stays behind while his crew, not Calvin, Dan.
Sylvester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan Sylvester. Yeah, he stays behind. Yeah, because that's how the story starts. The very first chapter is like there's a fucking
Digging
terrible
for
razor
obelisks.
storm coming in, and they're digging for ancient alien obelisks, and most of the people are like, we should get the hell out of here, man. There's a really bad storm coming in, and Dan Sylvester is like, I literally cannot stop digging.
I love
cannot.
digging for obelisks. This one, look at this one has a star map on it. I have to
This
go
is the
look
best
at it.
one.
This is the best one we've
best
seen.
We're never gonna find this shit again. You
I
guys
found it
realize
really
this
specious
planet
that they couldn't
is,
find it. Like, what do you mean you can't find it?
you can't, the planet is a big featureless desert that is constantly
but-
being shifted by
So if the-
winds
yeah.
and storms, and all their GPS satellites have been shot down because of a mutiny
Okay.
that happened 20 years ago.
Their pits are being held open by force
And they don't know
fields.
how to make a map anymore.
Well, they know how to make a map, but it's
They
like
just
you're
have
still
no
trying to find like a
landmark
20. You're trying to find
of
like a
the
20
sky,
square
I
meter
guess.
spot.
Yeah.
You know,
They can make
you still
take a
you're trying to find
measurement. Like,
Yeah,
A lot of their
Like, I don't know.
technology was lost or destroyed in some kind
They don't
of
have tape
war or
measures.
incident. They don't have
know,
a
but that's-
sextant.
but what is your frame of reference? What do you write? That's the
sky.
whole point. is
wherever
there
I
is-
ended up.
But is there no
If I
stars?
walk away from something,
Is there
and I walk
constantly
10 feet
dust
away from
over
it,
the
That's the point.
stars?
That's the point. The terrain changes. The terrain is washed over by the storm. The dunes shift. It's a basically like one big flat, featureless, empty desert. And if you walk away from it, you're never going to find that exact spot. You can find the same general spot again, but if you're trying to find
Okay, all right.
one single like obelisk,
I think I can
20
do it.
you think you could do it?
Boy, I wish I had. I wish I had
I
an
could-
endless, featureless desert with 50 feet
prove
of
it.
dust over it to send you out there.
Hey,
Find
man,
it.
I wish you did
I'll,
too.
I'll show you where the obelisk is,
If you had an endless, featureless desert, that would be sick.
where I could just send people. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Imagine.
Yeah, where's that?
Send Elon there.
Do you remember that kid from the Twilight Zone that would send people somewhere? Does that sound familiar? He would send people to a place. Like
Yeah,
I don't.
bad place.
I don't think he
Oh,
would
it
send
wasn't
them.
feel cold suddenly.
It wasn't a featureless desert, but it was
No.
someplace bad.
He would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah, so the people, his crew is like, well, we would rather not die in the razor storm, so we're gonna leave.
We want to
They-
die in an avalanche.
They all
Yeah.
die in an
Yeah.
avalanche. The razor
they
storm
all
is
die
not
in
that
the-
bad.
yeah.
Turns
Yeah,
out
Sylvester's
he's like,
is like,
everything's fine.
it's not going to be that bad. Stop being pussies.
Yeah, I have the sense that they leave half because he's a prick.
Well, yes,
They're like-
it sure does seem that way. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
huge
bad
asshole.
boss. Yeah,
In fact, Sluka, the leader of the people who take off and who was later immediately killed,
awesome.
turns around and tells him like,
You're a bad boss.
You're a bad boss, and you know that even though you're supposed to be like the leader of this like research colony, your ass is about to get overthrown.
Yeah,
All right,
because you're so bad at this.
because you might be a good archaeologist, but everyone hates your fucking guts.
Yeah,
Everyone.
yeah. It's all the digging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just digging nonstop. We're so sick of
Yeah.
digging. Fucking obelisks.
Yeah,
We can't
it's
even
plenty
read
of
the
shit,
writing
and all
on
you're
it.
doing is digging.
Meanwhile, he's like, the job description clearly said, come to this planet for 40 years to dig.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck else did you think was going to happen? Yeah.
yeah.
So, sorry to ask again, but the lady on the ship with the captain is named
Volyova.
Volyova. I'm writing it down this time.
Yeah.
Volyova. She says to the captain something about going to meet Dan
To get
Celeste
Sylvester.
to get him, and he's
Because
under
what's his name?
arrest.
Not Joka. That's the vampire
Yeah.
from.
Because Dan Sylvester, because Dan Sylvester is a genius. He's a genius who's the son of another genius, Calvin
Yeah.
Sylvester. You know,
Mhm.
It can make you a prick.
Yeah.
I heard that it
genius.
does. Yeah.
he's full of hubris.
What's
He's
the
got
other
space.
triumvirate member who's been there longer? It's like begins with an S or a
Sajaki.
J.
Sajaki.
Sajaki.
There's,
Yeah, it begins with an S and a J. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
There's Yuuji Sajaki and Hagazi. I forget Hagazi's
Yeah,
first
that's
name.
right.
Yeah. So in the end of the portion I read, Dan Sylvestre is arrested for unknown reasons to me. To me, the reasons are unknown.
Because it's a revolution.
Oh, it is. It's what was predicted.
Yeah,
The very next the head.
But the very next page, the beginning of chapter 3, is like it's 10 years later, and it's like he's been sitting in jail for 10 years.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
He's been under arrest for a long time. There's been a whole lot of changes to it.
Look at that. It has been 10 years. I usually numbers are kind of invisible to me. I wasn't even aware that these were all taking place.
And that was honestly, that's what I was honestly saying near the beginning. I was like, you see all these years, we're jumping back and forth, and it's creating this weird sense of like what is happening? Where is the time? What's the
temporal dislocation?
But yeah, the time in this book is weird.
I'm assuming that these storylines catch up with each other.
Yeah, everything converges.
But because we're doing weird time travel and weird cryo sleeps and space travel in general. Yeah, the time takes a long time.
He had to separate it out so that anybody could ever be friends.
Yeah.
Well, in the same place at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
No, but they all are in the same place at the same time by the end of the book.
Yeah, it's the friends part I didn't feel like I could stand behind.
No. Nobody's ever really friends.
I don't think Sylvestre can have friends.
No, he's too much.
He's too into digging.
He's
too
unless
into
they're
obelisks. Yeah.
Or
obelisks, unless they're friends
or
with
maybe if he had a giant
fetish.
sapient.
Who doesn't? I mean,
yeah. Maybe if there was a giant sapient obelisk that was really mysterious, that just like spoke to him in riddles all the time, that could be his friend.
I don't think he could love it as an equal. He would still be like, yeah.
Is that the thing in 2001? Is that an obelisk that speaks in riddles?
The monolith.
Yeah.
The monolith.
There's one of those in Dead Space too.
Does it speak? Oh, it does kind of speak. It turns into a baby. The baby, it speaks to the baby or something like that.
Oh, right? Does the obelisk turn into a baby, or does the man turn into a baby?
No, the man turns into the baby.
They both together.
Yeah, maybe. And then something kind of speaks to him. I don't know. I remember 2010 as well too. There's stuff speaks to the obelisk speaks to the.
Was 2010? They made a movie of that, right?
Oh yeah, I saw the movie 2010 before I saw 2001 for some reason.
Never saw it.
It was okay. I
heard that. Yeah,
saw it. A previous iteration saw it, so I don't remember it.
Would be hard to compete with that first movie.
Oh yeah, no. It was.
But both based on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Based exactly on the story. Based on the book. Yeah. I remember liking it, but it wasn't.
Was there a book called 2010 or?
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah, there's one after that too, like 2030 or something.
Does the obelisk come back?
It's
2000. I think it's obelisks from fucking Hell to Breakfast.
Yeah. There's lots of them
all the way down. All the way down.
Okay.
Stacked like cordwood.
Is it like is it some cycle of human consciousness that we go into the space baby and then go to the monkeys and I do not curate our own existence through
It might be that. I really do not remember. I read 2001 and 2010 like a long time ago.
Oh wow. I
kind of petered off and didn't read 2030. There was a fourth one too, 2100 or something like that.
Oh wow.
No way.
2100. I don't remember.
Was this
all the details.
Arthur C. Clarke?
Yeah.
Did he
shit, he did 3001 the final Odyssey.
3001.
3001. That's right. I remember there was a big time jump.
Oh boy. What happens in chapter 3?
Let me see real quick. So the rest of the crew wakes up.
Oh.
As they approach Yellowstone. So meanwhile, Sylvester is in prison and he is talking to Pascal, who is now
his associate assistant.
his associate, who is now working for the new government who has him imprisoned, and she is writing a biography of him.
Ah.
Meanwhile, Corey has been kidnapped
Oh.
by a dude after finishing her assassination.
Oh yeah, the cyborgs
gunpoint.
on Yellowstone float around in coffins because they don't want to catch the plague.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
Hermetics.
Oh yeah.
one of those guys has captured her.
Yeah, except it's not really. Is a guy who's
He's just a
pretending to be
guy.
Hermetic.
He's just a guy that floats around in a
He
coffin.
just hops out and he's got a gun, and then he points it at her, and
Transforming control gun.
Yeah, basically he takes her to a place to meet a mysterious voice called the Mademoiselle.
Oh right,
The Mademoiselle appears only as like a hologram
of like a hot Mademoiselle.
Of like a hot lady. And the Mademoiselle is a hermetic apparently too, actually. And the Mademoiselle is like, I'd like to hire you to kill Dan Sylvester. And you're gonna have to go all the way to Resurgam for that.
Oh, but the light hugger is heading towards Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but also wait. It said they're heading towards Yellowstone, but it also said that they're interested in Dan Sylvester, who is not on Yellowstone.
Probably because they don't know that he has left Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
Information only travels at the speed of light.
Yeah.
And it's really, they don't like tight beam laser messages to each other across the stars or anything like that. There's no like space internet.
Yeah.
Like you hear about what happened the next star system over when a spaceship comes from that system and it says, "Hey, did you hear the news about what happened over on this planet?"
Actually.
Like, holy shit!
You need a ship to come with the news.
There's a melting plague over there. Stay the fuck away from that place.
Stay the fuck away from the melting plague.
Like Yellowstone, that place you thought was awesome. Ooh, that place has gone downhill. Don't go over there.
Don't go over there anymore.
It's filled with the mulch.
Yeah.
Mulchy.
So, the Sylvester as this whole monument to the 80 and whole like everything kind of indicates the Sylvester family, the Sylvester clan are extremely wealthy and influential in Yellowstone, perhaps the most influential and wealthy family in the entire city. So they're looking for Dan Sylvester, so of course they're thinking it's probably
he's going to be over there.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
Or, failing that, we can probably figure out where he went from there.
Right.
They don't know that he funded a whole archaeological expedition to a whole other planet.
Sure. To find obelisks.
Yeah.
To find obelisks of dead bird people.
Oh yeah, they're bird people, the Emerald.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because they're very original, like their early life form version of them had the eyes on the side. And then as they evolved, the eyes moved around to become more binocular, but they kept the wiring of the bird.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I could definitely be reading this a little bit faster. I was kind of consuming a book this week called The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which I've already recommended on this podcast, and I recommend to both of you. It's very gamey and very it's very quick. I mean, to listen to it obviously went kind of fast, but I feel like you could like just I feel like it would be a page turner. But yeah, I mean, if you wanna, would you guys like to shoot for 2 or 3 a week, basically? Because I could get caught up.
I could go through this a little faster. Because again, I'm reading a little. I'm rereading, so that you know faster when you're rereading. But I feel like it would also give us a little bit more to talk about if we were more close to like 4. I don't know if.
Like 4 a week.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, does 4 weeks sound okay?
Well, yeah, I could. I guess my question is, I could read through 7 for next week if you guys are through 3.
Yes,
right
I'm finished
now?
with 3.
I am
Yeah.
starting 3, but like I can read. I have like good half hour every night to like sit, have a
Cool.
cup of tea before bed. And
Yeah,
read, so.
that's my morning. I wake up and I do that for half an
Okay,
hour
so we'll
before I
read
do
to
anything.
the 7.
We will finish 7 for next Thursday, and we'll meet on Thursdays. That was basically the only other shop
Yeah.
question.
Works for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it. Great, I'm into it. Yeah, I need a. I got a weird internet bizarre ass book I'm reading, and I like to
Yeah,
have like a.
reading a worm. I can't get in on that. I was like trying to look. I was like, why do people say this is so gross? Okay, no thanks.
I've read the first like chapter probably 3 times, and I fall off each time. And
Oh, like
now that I know that
over
it's
the past several years,
yeah,
like
yeah,
as this thing has existed. Yeah.
yeah. Since its inception, I have tried to start it several times and fallen off. Um, it felt I don't know if this is the case. It's been a while since I tried. It felt kind of like YA
Pulpy. Yeah.
in terms
Y
in terms of how it was written.
ish as for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like quick,
and I
Yeah.
just sort of
kind of
fell off.
easy page turnery, but like yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
Yeah. It's a
it's
yeah,
not
and
necessarily if it's even if it's not necessarily like written like to be marketed to young adults. If it's not like particularly well written, it can come across as YA.
yeah. Oh, that's what I mean. It's like it's more like genre than
or
marketing.
light,
In the same way that like
a
like I
light
think of
novel in
I
Japan.
mean,
yeah
I'll be real. Having recommended this novel to a few people, Revelation Space,
yeah
over the years, the feedback I've gotten from a couple of people actually were like, like it was good, but I honestly thought the weakest part were the characters, and I was
okay
like, yeah, I
Okay.
think um, really cool, strong sci-fi ideas.
Yeah, there's a lot of plot and
Char-
structure here right now.
yeah, the characters can tend to be a little flat,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I can
it's
see. I can see that argument.
this is his
I mean,
first
I'm
novel,
barely in, but yeah.
and he gets much better at writing characters in later novels for sure. But yeah, you can different novels are there's definitely qualities in novels when you read
sure.
different novels and be like, yo, this
When I
this novelist knows what he's talking about when it comes to characters, and this novelist knows what he's talking about when it comes to like a plot, world building, you know,
Architecture, cedar, yeah, any
yeah,
kind of, yeah. People have different strengths and people have different
yeah,
tastes. So it's,
I tend to think of I think for Revelation Space, the character is sort of read to me as it's almost like a little bit post-human
yeah.
sometimes,
Oh
where it's
yeah, for
like,
sure.
yeah,
yeah, they don't
yeah.
they don't read to me like modern people, but they shouldn't.
Mm.
Yeah. They have
Yeah,
different headspaces. Yeah.
that's fair too. They have different headspaces, and the 3 main characters that you're mostly with are also all.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've had like they've yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's just like you said, they're not like modern people. Their life experiences are extremely different
Yeah.
than the kind of life experiences that you or I have had, and
I mean, in
um,
chapter 2, they allude to
you can
the pattern jugglers very briefly,
Ah, yes, yeah.
vis-a-vis Dan
uh,
Sylvestre, but I think we can infer from his patterns getting juggled that the man is not quite like you'd expect anymore.
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, Volyova, who lives her life on a spaceship traveling at the speed of light. So she goes
Yeah.
to a place and, she's like, hey, I'm visiting this planet for the first time. This is how it is. The next time I return to this planet, like 50 or 60 years will have passed for them. Everyone I
Yeah.
met here will be either old or dead. The whole culture will be different.
Hmm.
The politics might be different. The government might have been overthrown and something totally like a melding plague might have struck and fucking like totally
Yeah.
turned the city into a nightmarish like pit,
Yep.
Yeah. The only people she
killed
can count on
millions.
remaining at
Yeah,
all the same are other people on light huggers, and only if they're only if they're traveling at the same speed
Yeah.
at the same
yeah,
time. So she's basically got like 4 other
Yeah.
people that are her universe, none of whom she likes.
Yeah. No, I mean, you get the you'll get the sense from like later stories and other books. It's Lighthuggers, Ultronauts do have a society
Yeah,
because
definitely.
they get back together from place to place. They have they'll trade with each other or they'll spar with each other.
Yeah.
And
They're
they'll
essentially kindred.
yeah. Yeah,
They're
they
sort
Yeah,
of
are.
like
they arrive.
predat-
Yeah.
Yeah,
they,
and
they, they, they're
they keep
wary of each other,
themselves
but they're the only ones they can
yeah.
socialize with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they keep themselves alive through, you know, light speed travel and advanced technologies. So yeah,
Mhm.
so they, it's like they'll but again, it's like you can't trust another crew, right?
Right.
Because you don't know if they're going to try and steal your score, steal your trade, or if they're going to work with you, or if they're just going to straight up act like pirates and fucking start shooting at you.
Yeah.
It's it's a little bit like sailing on the high seas,
Yeah.
like way back in the day. No government, no.
Does it ever get to the point where they talk about where Reynolds talks about like said like the nostalgia for Infinity is enormous and ancient,
Mhm.
and it like
Mhm.
clearly used to be much more populated or was designed to be much more populated,
Yep.
and it is no longer, and it is
Yep.
now operated by a couple of people.
Yep.
Does he get deeply into what those ships were for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Colonization.
Yeah. Okay.
Colonization. Yeah. Yeah. He goes into more detail about it, but this is the period where these light huggers are all sort of like manufactured and in their most heavy use for their initial purpose of like carrying tens of thousands of colonists from Earth out to other places, is not portrayed in many of his books. He's got
Yeah.
some short stories and stuff
Long
that
time
take
ago.
place from before that era. Interestingly enough, and he makes a funny joke in one story. There's that takes place on Mars, in probably like the 23rd century or something like that. Um, there's a little offhand comment about the old habitats of the muskies,
The
who
Muskies.
who were adherents of
Oh
some
no. I was
some old
like,
some old
were they smelly humans that had to live with animals or something? I honestly didn't even my brain didn't even
Get the Musk.
get the musk at first. Oh
um
well. What a
yeah
legacy humanity will have.
Yeah.
yeah but but then something kind of happens, and the conjoiners who are making the engines for these
Ah.
ships uh stop making the engines for those ships and say
It's
we're
like,
not going to
sorry,
make
no
them.
more.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, no
enough.
more, we're done.
We're gonna float around in our what was that word I used before?
Mother nests.
Grand
Oh,
Falloons.
yeah, Grand Falloon.
No, the
Yeah.
mother nurse shows up in Redemption Arc.
Yeah.
Mother Nest.
Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. But I think that's the idea. Is that that's what they were for like this big human diaspora. Um, because nobody talks about Earth anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, uh, you get the feeling that it's not that it's like been like destroyed or something necessarily, but just that it's not important
Yeah.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah. That's the
everything
house I grew up in. Whatever.
Yeah.
it's like all the important technology, all the important cool stuff is happening outside
Yeah,
of the
well,
solar system.
how much do we
People
think
like
about like England?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
People have moved on. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
People exactly. You know, or like if you want to go even further back,
Sub-Saharan
like
Africa.
Yeah.
yeah, how
Right.
much
Yeah. Yeah.
how
The
much do we think about
Proto-Indo-European.
Eastern Africa where all mankind came from. Yeah, but it's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Yeah, that's it. There's
Cool.
there's a huge universe. We don't have to read all these books, but I would like to read.
I'll read a bunch of them. I mean, until
I'll read the four. What I consider the main trilogy plus Chasm City.
So you want to do Chasm City second?
Yeah, I really feel like it's
Sure.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I really feel like it is in its way more self-contained, but I really feel like it leads very naturally into redemption arc, which every time I say it, it's funny, redemption arc, because it's a funny pun because he spells it ARK, and it's literally about a light hugger.
Okay, which is like an arc with a K.
Yeah, but it is also about redemption arcs.
But it is also a story where characters are redeemed.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
No,
there's some.
It's like
there are some characters who are very self-consciously being like, "I'm trying to redeem myself for some shit.
I did some shit." Very classic. Now I gotta cruise around other planets and redeem my arcs.
Yeah,
exactly.
Those arcs redeemed. Yo, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah,
hanging out.
Awesome to talk about books. Reading books is awesome.
It's the best.
Thanks for talking about Alistair Reynolds with me. I love Alistair Reynolds so much.
Yeah,
I'll talk about him for forever.
I'll get more into it this week.
Awesome.
All right.
See you guys soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon.